But how will these cues impact our own markets? We have our research team joining in to tell you just that. What is the trade setup looking like, the stocks that are likely to be in the news, and the action from the F&O space as well. Hey guys, a very good morning to all of you. Ekta, let me come across to you first up. What is the market setup looking like today?
Morning, Sonal. Well, yes, the US markets were closed. We don't have much cues coming in from the global space. But just to give you a sense in terms of the momentum for the markets did manage to hit record highs for the fourth consecutive day yesterday. FIIs were net buyers to the tune of over 2,000 odd crores. DIIs net sold close to around 786 odd crores. So that trend of FIIs buying and committing has continued for the past couple of trading sessions. Now, in terms of the global markets, yes, the US markets are closed on account of Independence Day, but Asia is largely lower this morning due to the services activity coming out of China as well as Japan, indicating a slower amount of activity, expansion mode, but has slowed down for both of these countries. Brent crude at around $75 per barrel, the gift Nifty indicating a little bit of a higher start. Now, in terms of a couple of cues to watch out for, the mid-caps underperforming and the financials outperforming, because that's the trend that we saw yesterday. So the mid-cap index slipped 72 points in yesterday's trading session. It snapped a 5-day gaining streak. Financials have been aided by a lot of positive Q1 updates which have come through. So the Nifty Bank gained around 143 odd points. Case in point is Bajaj Finance, PNB, IndusInd Bank. All of them were at fresh 52-week highs or gained on account of their Q1 updates. Now, in terms of Qs, we have the services as well as the composite PMI for the month of June. A lot of the Q1 business updates coming through for most companies. This week, we do have the FOMC minutes as well as the non-farm payrolls data. Next week, we have the US CPI data. And at the end of July, we have the Fed meet. So the FOMC minutes of the previous meeting will give us a sense in terms of what we can expect in the end of July from the Fed. So these are the overall cues at this point in time. Stock-specific action will continue for our markets.
Okay, all right. So that is the market setup. Thank you, Ekta, for that. Let me go across to Surbhi. Surbhi, a lot of stocks on your radar today.
That's right. So a lot of Q1 business coming in. First one is RBL Bank. The total deposits were up 8% sequentially and the CASA was up 12% sequentially. Next is Bandhan Bank. The loans and advances were down nearly 6% sequentially and the CASA deposits were down 8%. Additionally, Sunil Ramdani has resigned as the CFO with effect from October 1st. AU Small Finance Bank, there the total deposits were up 27% on a year-on-year basis and the gross advances were up 29%. Macrotech developers also came up with their Q1 update. Their pre-sales were up 17% on a year-on-year basis and the collections were down 8% on a year-on-year basis. Apart from that, Samvardhan Motherson will be important to watch out for as the company acquires 81% stake in Yachiyo's four-wheeler business. And lastly, Lupin, the company has received tentative approval from US FDA for a HIV drug.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Surbhi. So those are the stocks which are on our radar today. Finally, Mangalam is joining in with all the cues from the F&O space. Hey, Mangalam.
Good morning. So yesterday was a good day of trade. However, we were talking about some resistance on the Nifty near 17,450 and 19,450 and 19,434 was the high on the Nifty itself yesterday. But the second half in particular was led higher by the Nifty Financial Services. In turn, Nifty Bank also rose on account of that. The Financial Services Index led higher by both Bajaj Finance and Bajaj Finserv. Bajaj Finance and Finserv saw delivery buying of nearly 1,700 crores in the cash market, and that's what reflected in the institutional volumes as well. The FIIs bought about 2,134 crores in the cash market. The DIIs sold about 800 odd crores as well. What's not stopping is the FII buying in index futures as well. Almost 1,200 crore rupees worth contracts bought yesterday, and most of them were on the long side. Nearly 14,000 long contracts added for about 1,500 short contracts that the FII has added. As a result of which, the FII long exposure, which was 70% yesterday, 66% at the start of the series, now is at 72%. One wonders, if the FIIs are so long, who's on the short side? Well, it is clients, basically HNIs and non-institutional clients, who at the start of the series were 55% short and now are 57% short. In terms of options, yesterday the Nifty stayed above that 19,300 mark for a long time, and we saw those 19,300 call writers cover their positions. We also saw writing at 19,400 call for a premium of 50 rupees, coinciding with yesterday's high. So resistance above 19,450 to 19,500 continues. However, the put writers have increased their levels. So 19,400 put saw a fair amount of writing, and as did the 19,350 put. So as a result of which, the support on the Nifty has moved higher from 19,150 to around 19,300 to 19,350, and the congestion zone still remains at 19,450 to 19,500. Another data point that stood out yesterday was the selling in stock futures. The FI sold around 1,250 crores in stock futures. A lot of that was short build-up, heavy short build-up in Eicher Motors and long unwinding in IDFC First Bank.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us and prepping us up for this trading day ahead. With that, we'll slip into a break. When we return, a whole host of stocks from the banking space, along with Samvardhana Motherson, are expected to be in focus today. We'll tell you in detail what's happening there.